What's going on, folks? Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Pirates Dice from the Pirates of the Caribbean movie series. This game came out in 2006 from the Friendly Games Corporation, and it is for 2 to 4 players. Now, this game is Liar's Dice, basically is what it is. If you know how to play Liar's Dice, you're already going to know how to play Pirates Dice. I figured I would go ahead and just show you this game because it does look rather unique, and it does have a pirate theme to it. So let's go ahead and show you how this game works. Alright, folks, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll show you the dice cups first, and these are pretty cool looking. They're very old looking type dice cups that pirates would use. Arr! And on the bottom they have little skull and crossbones here from the Pirates of the Caribbean, which looks pretty cool. We have 5 dice that in each of the cups that everybody is going to be receiving, and they're your standard 6-sided die. The only exception being that there's a skull and crossbones that is replacing the 1, and this is basically a wild, so you can use this as any number. These can also represent ones as well. So anyway, the gist of the game is everybody's going to go ahead and start with their dice, and they're all going to roll them, and they're going to put them face down like this. And everyone's going to go ahead and look, and let's just say I'm looking for this guy, and no one, of course, is going to be revealing what dice they have yet. So right now I've got 2 3s, 2 4s, and a wild. Now this is a game that involves bidding and bluffing. So the way bidding works is you're going to be placing a bid on the quantity of a die number and the die number itself. And so a perfect example of a bid would be, let's say I bid, okay, I'm going to bid 3 4s, for example. Now what you're trying to do is you want to try to get that amount of 4s combined with all these. So for example, if I decide to bid 6 4s, I've got 3 4s here, but I'm going to be hoping that there's 3 more 4s between these 3 players right over here. And of course you can go ahead and use the wild to make it whatever number that you would like to. If nobody decides to challenge me, which again I'll go into, it will go to the next player, and the next player will go ahead and place a bid. Now the way bidding works is you can either up the quantity of a die number, or you can change the die number itself. Now with the die number you can go up or down, like you can go from a 4 to a 2, but with the quantity you have to keep it either the same or increase it. For example, 4 2s or 5 2s or 6 2s, etc. So for example, I went ahead and I bid 3 4s. So if this player just wanted to increase the quantity of a die number, he could say, I'm going to bid 4 4s, and he's going to be hoping that that he happens to have those 4s between all of us. And so if he doesn't get challenged, he can go to the next guy. Now let's say the next guy decides he's going to increase the die number. So since he bid 4 4s, increasing the die number would mean he would just say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and bid 4 5s. So in this case, he has increased the die number and it's gone up to 5. Of course, you can also do both. So for example, let's just say this guy bid 4 4s. This guy could bid 5 5s. Let's just say this guy has gone and bid 5 5s, for example. And let's say it goes to this guy and he decides he's going to bid 7 5s or something like that. Now, part of the thing is with this game is bluffing. You may not have any 5s at all, but you may want to try to see if you can get an opponent to think that you have those 5s, and he may end up bidding like a whole bunch of 5s, and you can go ahead and call him out and say, you know, I'm going to go ahead and challenge you. So that's a lot of what this game is about. But anyway, let's just say this guy decides he's going to bid 8 6s or something like that, and this guy decides he's going to go ahead and challenge him. So what's going to happen is everyone's going to go ahead and reveal their dice, and then they're going to go ahead and count up the number. This guy asked for 8 6s, so he's got a wild here, so that's 1. There's 2 here, and here's 3. So he did not get his 8 6s. I don't even see a 6 on the board, but anyway, since he did not make his bid, he is going to go ahead and lose a die. Now, if it turned out that he did have the 8 6s between the 4 players, the player that challenged him is going to go ahead and lose a die. And then player is going to go ahead and resume to the next player, and everyone's going to place their dice back down in their cups, and they're going to go ahead and roll them again. And basically the game is going to continue on like this until there's 1 player left that has at least 1 die, and that will be the person who wins the game. Pirates Dice. Arr! So my final thoughts on Pirates Dice. Well, if you're a fan of Liar's Dice, this is a game I'm pretty sure that you're going to like, since it's the exact same game. The only difference is that this has a pirate theme to it. I really like the way the dice cups look. Those are very, very cool looking. And the dice are nice, of course, having the skull and crossbones. That's very pirate theme-ish as well. Now, Liar's Dice has been around for a very, very long time, and it's a very fun game. Bluffing games are always fun, and it's always cool to bust somebody using your bluffing skills. If you end up bidding like a high number on dice you may not even have, and then someone goes and bids higher than that, and then you can bust them. But of course, you have to be careful because you can get busted yourself. So there's a lot of fun in this game. Now, you can just simply get a Liar's Dice game, I think, at Walmart for very cheap, probably under $10, and you'll get a whole bunch of cups and dice and stuff like that. I've seen that. Of course, if you already have a bunch of dice, you could just use that and just use some cups you may have at home if you want to do that. So yeah, game has been around for a very, very long time, and I think that pirates actually used to play this back in the day. I'm not quite sure about that, but you know, who knows. But yeah, this is a fun game. It's very simple to learn, easy to learn, and I would definitely recommend Liar's Dice if you're into bluffing games and dice games. This version, if you're looking for pirate theme games, this one's definitely cool if you're into pirates, for sure. I know my sister-in-law loves pirate stuff, and this is actually her copy of the game. You know, and it's a game we enjoy playing. So anyway, guys, that's my review of Pirates of the Caribbean Pirates Dice. You guys take care. Keep on gaming. We'll see you later.